welcome back to Crafters TV. It's Wednesday and I'm craving something creative, as are you. It is of course Creative Cravings. It is that one show of the week. We maybe take it back to basics a little bit more. It's a great forum to get any of your crafty conundrums in. Not to me, oh no, the Hottie Scotty is here with me. How are you, Craig?
I am doing very well, thank you. Raring to go for what is the final show of the day. And do you know what? Let's go right in and have a look as to what we're going to be showing you over the next couple of hours. We have got our super duper amazing, tremendous, just the best thing in the whole world. It is our penny sliders. So we can get these ones going. Don't let me down, don't let me down. There we go, look at these. How fun are these? So we've got our penny sliders. We've got another penny slider that we can see here. Oh. Then we are going to go into our floral frame stamp and die set here. This is the first ones we're going to be having a look at. Here we go. We've got another one as well, so we could go all dimensional if you want. We've got the super duper. Look at these ones. Interchangeable sentiments here. And then what about this one? Completely different look. So whether it's the penny sliders, which we will get working, whether of course it is going to be the floral stamp frames, or you maybe want to go with the interchangeable sentiments, we're going to be demoing them, all of them.
We will indeed. Not a joke, just a fact. It's going to be really, really busy. There's lots of brilliant stuff in the show. As always, I'd urge you to get yourself over to the website. Is it that way or that way? I'm not sure. Over to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. It's that way. There's lots of great stuff on the show. As always, if you want to get social with me, and you can, Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're across on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're over on YouTube to get notified of whenever we go live. Let's kick things off though, because we're going to look at something that's been really popular here at Crafters TV, and it is our floral frames. Now these are awesome. They are on a buy 5 get 1 free. What you've got, of course, are the incredible photopolymer stamps and then the die that sits over the top of there and cuts out an aperture, which is brilliant. Now the other great thing about them is you then get the sentiments that go in here as well. This one is heartfelt thanks. We also have with love from me to you. We've got this one here, which is you mean so much to me. This one here is the wrong way around, and this one is for a special friend. As you can see, all of that gorgeous detail that you've got in there. And then finally, we also have this one here, which is I'm so happy for you. Florals are excellent. Of course, you can use any of your different colouring mediums to colour these up, which is also brilliant. £64.95 or £74.75. You can get any two of these for £23 or $27 should you wish. So lots of different ways to get a hold of those. I want to just bring your attention as well to this. It is our pen trays. Now, sometimes we do special offers on these. Half price though is a pretty stonking offer. They will store any of your Spectrum Noir colouring mediums. So any of your pens, our aqua markers, our tri-blends, our tri-colours, our classics. They are all modular as well, so they'll either clip on top of each other, they clip side by side as well, so no matter what your craft space is like, you're going to be able to store all of those in there. They will store 36 markers in one set, so it's a half price deal for you. You can use your Club Inspire discount to Platinum members, just £8 for you, which is excellent value for money. So do snap those up. They've been very busy in the pre-sales though. Penny sliders are coming up on the show a little later. Great opportunity and excuse for you to get stocked up on your foam on a roll. We have it on the show at the moment, £1.29. What a great price for a 2-pack there. Brilliant also for things like your shake cards, wonderful for getting dimension on a whole host of different projects. Lots of you chatting away and saying hi, I can see, but I know Craig has got loads to share with us. So where would you like to start, Craig?
Right, let's go in, let's have a look at the floral stamp and die set. So we're going to go with heartfelt thanks for this one here. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to use my large stamping platform for this one. So I'm going to bring in my cardstock. So I've got my Neenah here. So what we can do is lay it where I want it to go. And something like this, Joe, I would always highly recommend using your large stamping platform because we've got really nice sizable design. So what we mean, or what that will mean, that when we come to stamp it out, if you do get areas where you've not put a lot of pressure, maybe a bit low on ink, then it means we can come back and stamp in the exact same place and get an even perfect image. Or even if you do get a perfect impression first time round, you can then come along and intensify that outline with even more colour. So I'm using our alcohol proof Noir Black for this one, and we're going to come in and we're using that one because we're going to be colouring it with our Classic pens. So I'm giving this a really good impression by pressing down, making sure I get all the way round. But as I say, because I'm using my large stamping platform, if I miss any bits, I'm not overly concerned because, like maybe just down in here, missed a little bit. Because the image is held in place with the magnetic discs, because the stamp is in the exact same place as it was, it's not budged, it means I can come back and get my impression bang on.
Some people love to do a double stamp, don't they? Just generally, Craig, you know, to really intensify that image.
Yeah, they do. I've started doing it as of late, and that is actually because a while back I was with Leanne. A little bit of a bombshell drop here. Leanne's back.
She's back.
Tomorrow. She's not been anywhere, she's just not been on Crafters TV.
No, she's been very busy doing busy things.
She has indeed. And I was in her company a couple of months ago, crafting away, going over stuff, and she was stamping whatever it was she was stamping, but she went over it a couple of times, Joe, and said she likes to do that to really give a more bolder, fresh outline with the design. And I've started to do it a wee bit more now. But then we can see here, look at that crispness.
Really lovely, isn't it?
Even though that's two impressions I've done, I've caught at the end here where I hadn't got a full impression the first time round, but got it bang on in place where I needed it to
So
go.
how do we get such a good, clean, clear stamp? Is that down to the quality of the stamp, Craig?
Quality of the stamp, yep, quality of the stamp, but it's also down to the quality of the way that it's been drawn. The designs have been drawn as well, where you've got the pinpoint accuracy lines. You know, it's not easy getting them in these perfect ways that you can see on the screen. I say that lightly because I have no idea. All that I know that the product development team can spend days, weeks sometimes, on one set of images trying to perfect where the lines are, where the dimension goes, where the borders go, the frame goes, all of that sort of detail. So what I can then do is I'm coming in with a piece of cardstock underneath. I am going to also come in with my die first of all, Joe. So I'm going to pop that into the middle. I'm going to get in my low tack tape. Now what I like to do on this sort of thing, I like to do the die cutting first, Joe.
Okay.
Because, say I don't tape this down securely enough. Say I've coloured all that in.
Right.
Then I go to die cut the centre. Say my die slips. And you know what, you've spent all that time colouring and your die slipped and you're going to have to start again. So if I die cut now, if I've not taped it down securely, which I always do, but say I hadn't, if my die was to slip now, I've only wasted, what, a minute or two by stamping out. I've not wasted all that time colouring, blending, shading. So when it comes to this one, I'll always do the die cutting first. And it just means you're not going to end up kicking yourself. Of course, you could rectify it by maybe creating your own larger inner border, so you're going to cover the areas that you've cut where you didn't want it to be. But you know what? Die cutting first just means that you're going to get it in the right place every time that we can see here.
Some people, good question actually coming in. Someone's asking about the pen trays and people talking about whether other brands of pens fit in there, Craig.
Yes.
I would be inclined to say they're pretty universal, wouldn't you?
They are, yeah.
Other than something like, I can't think, like the super long chameleon pens that you get.
Yes.
The really, really long ones.
Yeah.
Maybe they wouldn't go in there, but to be fair, our tri-blends go in there. So I'd imagine, yeah, I think they're pretty universal would be my answer to that.
I would
Who asked
say
that?
so.
Bridget asked that question. Yeah, I think you're pretty good for most brands that are out there.
Yeah, because the chameleon pens, they're a bit longer than our tri-blend pens.
Yes, they are.
So
but I'd say not many, the width of most pens is pretty universal, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. You know, you might have spent all the time over the years, you know, maybe building your Pro Marker collection.
Yeah, I
like
think it
that.
was Copics especially that Brigitte was talking about.
yeah, no problem. Even if they're thinner, they don't necessarily
No,
have to be
of course.
lengthwise. They could be real thin pens that you've got. Now what I'm doing is I'm going in with my classic pens on this one, Joe, and I'm going in with my kind of like my lilac tones.
Awesome.
Lilac and purple tones.
We've got lots of classics on the show for you tonight as well. We've got the 6-packs and the 12-packs available. It's the only 6-pack I own. Hey! And they've all got a great discount on them as well, which is awesome. So you've got 25% saving. I'll take you through more of those options as we go through the show. Maybe a 6-pack of beers, that's about it.
See, even that, I wouldn't thank you for a 6-pack of beer.
See, I had you down as an absolute lad, Craig.
No, me? What gives you that impression? Give me a 6-pack of gin, yeah, no bother. 6-pack of Coca-Cola, no bother.
Drink responsibly, as I always say. Lots of people tuning in and saying hello. Collins, Corey are good. Afternoon. Oh, Collins. Collins, Corey are says good afternoon. Not Collins, Corey are good. This is what I thought the name was. Sorry about that, Collins. From Bridgeton, Missouri, Lynn is in Essex. Hello, Lynn. Jean is in from Spanaway, Washington. What a great place name. Mariah's in upstate New York. Lisa's in from Blaine in Minnesota. Marie Romero's in from a very hot Texas. Dawn's in Florida. I can imagine it's glorious there as well. Tracy's in Calgary. Calgary, is that how you pronounce it, Craig?
Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Yes, is it Calgary or is it
Calgary.
Do you pronounce the G? You do pronounce the G,
Calgary,
I think.
yeah.
That's all right.
That's where Brett the Hitman Hart's from. So.
Ah, I just need a bit more self-belief, don't I? Tracy was in Calgary. Georgianne's in Clearwater, she's saying hello. Phoebe's in Miami. We're a right glamorous bunch today, aren't we? Pamela is also saying hi from Central New York. Susan's in Washington State saying good hi. Ty to us all, to the Ping Pong Prince. That was last week. I still didn't get a cup of tea, I'll add. In fact, on the contrary, I just went and made a cup of tea and was leaving it to brew whilst I popped to the little boy's room. Came back and I was like, sure I was making a cup of tea. Sure I was making a cup of tea. I thought I was losing my mind. Looked at Craig and said, have you moved my tea? Craig would be terrible at playing poker, is what we've deduced from this. He cannot tell fibs and keep a straight face whatsoever. I just knew immediately.
Couldn't resist it, Joe.
Aisha says, this is a really pretty collection. I picked up 2 when they first came out. I have other frame stamps as well. If you already own this collection, I'd love to see some pictures of the kind of things that you have been creating with them. I guess the great thing about these, and I mean, I guess it's kind of true for stamping in general, Craig, isn't it? Yes, everyone's going to get that stamped image when they stamp it out. We're all going to get the same starting point, but you get the option to go in so many different ways, don't you? You're going to do resist, or you're going to heat emboss, how are you going to colour it? There's infinite possibilities.
There is. There really, really is. As you said, there are a couple of prime examples there. One of them being a really good one, doing your heat embossing. So then you can do your water resist effects, anything like that. But even by using them in their true form of using your alcohol colours going over the top like I'm doing now, or if you want to use any of your water-based mediums, all that you would then do is substitute your alcohol-proof ink pad. So instead of using an alcohol-proof one, you would use your waterproof one, and then by substituting it for that one, it means you can use your sparkle pens, your aqua pens, any of those water-based mediums, you'll absolutely be able to use. So it is one of those, it's also not an overly time-consuming project to colour. You know, you can get through it quite quickly with a really lovely end result. So I'm carrying on all the way around. I am using, as I say, my classics. These ones I'm using the lilac/purple. It's LV 1, 2 and 3 I'm doing here. I would have, if I was to go with the ones that I used on the finished layer, I've gone more for the lighter lilacs, but you know what? You're still seeing the same effect. But it could be your tri-blends if you wanted to. But going all the way around, starting with my lightest layer first, then I'm going in with some of the deep layer, crossing over now with the mid layer, and then I'm going back to the lightest layer and filling in.
Tracy says, you had it right, Joe. Trust you, Craig, to know about Brett the Hitman. It's what Tracy says. Dawn says, Joe and Craig, I have a guest suite in my house if you ever want to visit Palm Coast, Florida. I've also got a she shed to craft in. The beach is only 7 minutes from the house. Yes, please, Dawn, is what I would say, wouldn't you, Craig?
Oh, yeah. Although I would be inclined to go straight to the beach, but then to go into the craft room, that's...
Does anyone else think she shed sounds like a female toilet? I don't know why I always think that. A she shed.
A she shed.
She shed, yeah. She shed. Sounds like the name for a ladies' loo. I don't know why.
Now that you've said it, it does actually start to ring a bell. Ring a bell on that one. See, I'll be thinking that now, going forward. Whenever I hear that, I'll think of you going she shed.
I think it's because, Craig, the word for toilet in Welsh is tibach, which means small house. So I think, therefore, in my head, she shed sounds like the loo. I don't know why.
How do you know that stuff?
I don't know. There's a lot of useless information in here. Renee owns these. She sent us in some pictures, which is awesome. She's really enjoying using these. Jeffrey says, I thought Craig was responsible for your tea and coffee. Jeffrey, as did I. As did I. But clearly not. And that was last week now, so it's lapsed apparently. There we go. Remember, you can get these in the multi-bite. That's the in the bundle. That's the best way to get hold of these. You can also go for a multi-bite as well. So if you want to treat yourself to a couple, maybe you already got a couple, you want to get a couple more, then you've got the ability to do that. Any two of these for £23 or $27. You can use, of course, your Club Inspire discount off the multi-bite or off the big collection. Platinum members can pick these up today for $51.96 or $59.80, which I think is a steal, considering the amount of craftability you're going to get out of these, Craig.
Yeah, because there's so many different ways in which you can take them. Because even if I show you there, right, we've die cut the aperture within the middle. But what you could do if you want, Joe, is just leave that flat and do your sentiment in that way if you want. So you don't necessarily have to use them with the dies even then. You know, you can then start to create shakers, backdrops, etc., etc. But what I'll do is I'll finish this flower that I'm on just now, and then what I'll also then do is go around the outline a little bit. You know how I like to do it with the light grey? Well, I'm going to do it with a different colour on this one, change it up ever so slightly to let you see how it will then look. But we're going in with the BP2, BP3 and BP4. And just crossing over, blending them out, letting the alcohol evaporate. Now, of course, you know, you can then start to come in and really go into all the fine tips of the petals if you wanted to, but I'm just keeping it very simple by doing the depth within the centre of the flowers. You can see there. And then, I'll tell you what, let's do this leaf here. So let's go in with the AG1. We're going to go in, and I'm going to do AG2. And I can't find...
When you're talking about these letters, Craig, what's that referring to?
So that's the names of the pens.
Right.
So we've got, for instance, BP3, BP4, BP3, BP2, BP4. That's, top of my head, bright pink.
Ah, okay.
Bright pink 2, bright pink 2, bright pink 3, bright pink 4. I can't say it and colour at the same time. It's like rubbing your head and rubbing
Rather
your
than just
belly.
saying bright pink 1, 2, 3, 4, it was just the amount of times you said bright pink in a row that really made me laugh. Like yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry.
And then I'm using AG, and I want to say apple green. I want to say apple green when it comes to these greens.
I've got lots of six packs for you in the classics, and I'm going to run you through them in a little while. Something I didn't realise, Craig, I know we talk a lot about blending tones of colours into each other. I didn't realise that two separate colours blend into each other until recently as well, which kind of blew my mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's awesome, isn't it?
You can do. Lots of different ways that you can use them. Prime example, good way to have a look and learn that is the discovery kits.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Deborah's just dropped a bombshell, Craig.
What's that?
Absolute bombshell. She says, Joe, Craig got Ben some tea whilst he was working the other day, and he even bowed down to him afterwards. What's this all about?
Oh no, I didn't bow down. I just bowed and then went backwards. So I just leant over.
So you've been making Ben tea?
Well, no, actually, to be fair. I got Debbie Fisher some water, and he kind of off camera was doing like hand gestures for a cup of tea. So I had to make him one. So I didn't actually actively go out my way to make Ben a cup of tea.
But at the end of the day, you did make Ben a cup of tea, even though he didn't beat you at ping pong.
But he asked. And remember we were saying last week, if you had asked, then I would have got one. But of course, because you didn't ask.
Don't ask, you don't get. It turns out, Deborah. That's the moral of the story, isn't it?
Bad memory.
Oh, Terry Tom also says as well, I love how you lot are stirring the pot. I am living for this. Terry Tom says, I remember Craig going around with a tea cart just the other day, but Ben was there instead of you, Joe. He was getting drinks for everyone.
Say that again?
Terry Tom says, I remember Craig going around with a tea cart the other day, but Ben was there instead of you, Joe. He was getting drinks for everyone.
Eh?
That's what Terry Tom Anderson said on Facebook.
Tea cart?
Yeah.
I never made tea for.
So it turns out
make tea for anyone.
Can anyone corroborate this, please, in the comments?
Please
do let us know.
Please do. No, and remember the other day when Debbie and Ben were on, and Debbie asked for
no, it's fine.
water.
I don't feel you need to justify it, Craig.
No, I'm just trying to think. What
We
they
are
could
only.
be
Well, we
meaning.
should set the record. We are only winding each other
No,
up, by the
yeah,
way.
we're
We are
winding
winding each other up. That's
But
all we're
I'm
doing.
trying now to think what you guys are meaning, because it was only that one. So yeah, I would love for you guys to let me know what you mean, because you've stumped me on that one. Got me wondering now. Anyway, not that it matters.
That vellum's lovely. Where's that from, Craig?
So that is from our Woodland Animals.
Nice.
So Woodland Animals collection, taking some of the vellum, simple mats and layers that we can see here. So what I've done is before I tape the vellum down, I'm going to pop this one on here. Let's line up the vellum so we can get it into the right place. And then I like to do it this way, Ben. Gosh.
Oh.
Ben on the mic.
Wow.
Because you're talking about Ben. Lost my train of thought now. Totally lost my train of thought.
This is going well.
It's going well, isn't it? That's what I was saying. So I like to stick my layer onto my vellum first of all, because then that lets me know where I can pop the adhesive underneath and hide.
Nice. Top tip there, Craig.
Acetate on the vellum. And then within this centre bit that die cuts out, what I've already done is I've taken the I'm so thankful for you stamp, gone around it with blue. So I did start to do with the waterfall, but it was the peril blue that I used, and I just went round with a chisel nib and just went round and just basically skiffed the edges around. And then I've taken a little bit of the fuchsia water reactive ink pad and mixed it with water on my glass mat and just spritzed onto the card layer. And let's bring in a foam pad to layer this one up, and then we are done on this demo. So here we are, go in, lift it up. So we're going to go up here, black layer and white layer, and then there we go. So instead of going round with a grey pen, I went round with the peril blue.
That's nice. It gives it a really nice effect, doesn't it?
It does.
I guess it works really well with those tropical colours, Craig.
It does as well, yep, works really well.
Awesome. Right, best way to get the best value, as always, is of course to go for that larger collection, but there are some other options available to you on the show. You can go, they are all available individually. And what I'm going to do is give you the individual details for them as we go through them. So this one here is I'm So Happy For You. So I will give you those individual details as we go through them. So this one here is I'm So Happy For You. This one is for a special friend. Then we move into, these are the portrait ones, and we move into the landscape ones. So this one here being You Mean So Much To Me, with those gorgeous poppies that are within there. Then what we've got is With Love From Me To You. I love this one. What I love about it is that the frame doesn't go all the way around. I think it gives it a really different look and feel, that one. Then we have Heartfelt Thanks, which is this one here. Just beautiful. And finally, last but by no means least, May All Your Dreams Come True, which is this one just here. So it's up to you guys, you've got options, $12.99 or $14.95 each, any two of them for £23 or $27, or if you want to get the whole collection, that is how you get the best value, and that, as you can see, $64.95, $74.75. However, for Platinum members, you're looking at $51.96 or $59.80, saving you nearly $30, which is awesome value for money. We're going to have a look next at the classic markers. So I'll take you through these and explain which ones you've got in here. So the first one is Basics, which is this one here, and that's Poppy, Nectarine, Canary, Emerald, True Blue, and the Purple. Then we've got the Hues, and that is Cocktail Pink, Amber, Gold, Pear Green, Caribbean, and Amethyst. This is the tints, and you've got Blossom, Suntan, Moonlight, Pale Citrus, Duck Egg, and Lavender. Then we have here tones, and that's Smoky Blue, Old China, Wisteria, Dusty Purple, Pink Lace, and Vintage Pink. This here is your portrait shade, and what you've got in this one is Dusty Pink, Cream Peach, Ivory, Natural Brown, and Dark Brown. Then you've got the Earth, which is Khaki, Moss Green, Goldenrod, Raw Sienna, Pale Mint, and the Petrol Blue. Your Essentials. Now, the Essentials don't look that exciting, but they are super useful, aren't they, Craig? Because you've got the blender in there. Why is the blender important, Craig?
The blend is actually not something you'll see us using a lot of. It is good though if you have maybe gone over some colour a bit too much and you want to pull it away. It's also good that if you actually go over your lines and you've gone over just slightly, what you can do is you can use the blender pen.
Bit like an eraser.
Push the colour back in. So you're wanting to basically bleach that little bit of ink that you've got over the line, so you're pushing it back in to under the black line. So that's a good one to actually be using it for.
Excellent. So you've got two ice greys in there, a muted brown, a mocha, a true black, and the blender. Obviously the black one is going to be super useful also. Then you've got your neutrals, and what you've got in here are two of the brown greys, two of the green greys, and two of the blue greys. $7.49 or $11.21 is a great price for you on those with a 25% saving. Now there are some 12-piece ones for you. I'm going to share those with you now. We've got the designs, which are these ones here. To get that anywhere near £1 a pen is excellent value. We're going to be looking at less than a £1 a pen, or £1 a pen exactly for Platinum members. So you've got those ones. We've also got the industrial for you, which are those ones just here. You can go for the cityscape as well, should you wish. And also, you've got the textiles available. Right, we've got to the bottom of it, Craig.
What's that?
It turns out, Janet H says, Ben was joking that Craig had a tea cart because he was running around getting water and tea for everyone.
Ah, that's what it was. That was the way to say, because I wasn't making tea for anyone.
Yeah, there you are. Anyway, let's move on. Right, we're going to look next at the penny sliders. Now, these are excellent. You get 8 in this collection. The great thing is that what we've been able to do is still bring you the full collection that we launched with, which is excellent. I'll show you the board for one, and then I'm going to take you through some of the other themes that you've got in here. This one here is the cat one that you've got. It is upside down. It's hard to know when they spin, you see, George, because they go either way around. George and Neenah are in the gallery today for this show, by the way. So what you get in here is you get all the dies that you need and the stamps. So you can stamp everything out. You've got the dies to cut it out. The bar in here, which allows you to create the slider. You've got the circle, which is all going to create that mechanism for you, which is excellent. You do also get smaller embellishing stamps and your sentiments in there. And you've got lots of different themes within here. So you've got this gorgeous one here, with the boat, and they just are so fluid. They work so well. This was the one that Craig created this morning, actually. I love this one with a spaceman on it. I think it's super fun, and obviously I had to share this one with you because it was a tag. That's a water, not a tea, Craig. That's not a tea.
Well, it's liquid.
Thank you. I only waited a week for that. You've got the spaceman in here. You've also got this one here with the gorgeous aeroplane. Can you have too many schmetterlings in your craft room? The answer is no. Plot twist. You've also got the bunny as well. They've all got that gorgeous kinetic movement on them. You've got the pussycat in there. You've got the rainbow. And you've also got the monkey in there too. I love it because you've got 8 really clear, defined different themes there. So they're going to take you through so many different occasions, and there's lots of different ways you can use them. The other great thing is because you're using your colouring mediums in there, you can really start to play around with them and create lots of different feels and themes. Individually, they are available as well. If you want to just get them on their own, absolutely you can do that. They are £9.99 or £12.95, any two for £18 or $24 should you wish to go for them in that way, which is brilliant. Platinum members, though, when you get the whole collection, £50 or $65, which is excellent. Please keep getting any questions that you've got into me. If you want to join the conversation, then you can do so really easily. Crafters TV if you're across on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are over on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button as well, which is fantastic. Now, it wouldn't be a Creative Craving show without a Hero Tool, would it? And thankfully, we've got one for you. However, I will warn you that the Hero Tool only lasts for 24 hours, but it's always a great deal on products we think really deserve their place in your craft room. In here, you're going to get 2 of the all-purpose glue, 2 of the tacky glue. You're also going to get 2 of the extra strong tape and 2 of the dotty tape and the fine tip applicators in there as well. £25 or $40 if you want to grab a hold of those. We've got a brilliant 70 sheet collection of Centura Pearl available for you on the show too. You love this early. You've got cherry, lilac, mint, pumpkin, lavender, black and platinum in there, and you've got a really lovely 15% saving on that. If you've not worked with Centura Pearl yet before, it has the most incredible shine and luster to it. It is the perfect cardstock to work with in our humble opinion. We also have a great multi-buy available on the Neenah Solar White card. Can't believe you've got a 30% saving on this. You pay for 2, we send you 3. It hasn't been back in stock very long. It is the perfect cardstock for you to use for all of your different alcohol markers as well. Foam on a roll. Foam on a roll to nowhere. £1.29, half price. You pay for one, we send you 2. Yes, please get that in your basket immediately would be my advice there. Kathy says, haha, Craig is trying to dig himself out of the trouble hole he has been dug into. Poor Craig. Craig's not the victim here, is all I'd say. Lynn says, I love the penny sliders. The images in the collections are so cute. They really are. And the great thing is, I think they're fun to make and they are super fun to receive as well. Definitely a talking point. I remember we launched them here at Crafters TV. You guys were so excited. I know you've sent us some pictures of the floral frames. I would also love to see any pictures you guys have got of the penny sliders that you've been making too. We'll try and share some of those very soon. If you want to send me any pictures, you can do so by emailing them to me, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. That's studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them into. Very busy, lots of you chatting away as well. Can we open up the crafty clinic, Craig? If anyone's got, any general crafting conundrums that they need solving, what do you think?
I'm happy to do that, more than happy.
Awesome. Dr. Craig is in the building. Any questions you've got about anything, then let me know. He's not officially a doctor. I need to let you know that, just for legal reasons, I think, more than anything, Craig.
Yeah. Definitely not a doctor, that's for sure.
You could be a doctor of craft.
Could be.
Because there's a guy out there that's a doctor of Eurovision. I think you just have to be able to do a PhD about something and then you become a doctor. I think that's how it works. I might be wrong.
Dr. Laird.
Dr. Laird. It sounds a bit... doesn't it? You sound like a villain, Dr. Laird. I don't know why, like a Bond villain.
What's that out of?
That's Austin Powers.
Oh, no, do you know what I was thinking of? Remember years and years ago, the film with the monkey, Project X, but that's Apple, isn't it?
I don't remember that. Not seen
Helen
that.
Hunt, when she was a really young actress.
Not seen
and
it.
Matthew Broderick, when he was a really young actor.
No, I'm not familiar.
About the monkeys. Yeah,
You keep saying this like I'm suddenly going to remember it, but I've not seen it.
Yeah, cracking film, really good film. So what we're going to do is let's have a look at the penny sliders. We're going to look for rainbows on this one, Joe.
Always.
Always. So I've got my rainbow, I've got my Neenah cardstock, and once again we're going to use our large stamping platform.
Here's a question for you, Craig.
Yeah.
Are there any films that are about or feature craft within them? Craft or crafting?
Not full on.
I wonder, there's got to be some out there, surely.
There was a film at Christmas time on Netflix. It was a new film. Like, it wasn't a when I say a blockbuster, it was just one of those films that Netflix put on. Our boss, Jenny, at the time, before she came across here, she had a hand in decorating the set. It's in a library. Oh. And they've got lots of crafty stuff. They're doing like wedding invites or something. And there's actually a lot of Anna Griffin products in the background.
Well, apparently, you know, though Sarah shared something on her Instagram, anyway, apparently George Clooney knits and Greta Thunberg is a keen crafter.
I seen
saw that, didn't you?
Seen that somewhere. Yeah, there was a list of celebrities that do lots of different crafts.
Oh, we're getting lots of crafty conundrums coming in, Craig, which really pleases me. We'll do a little section of those. Keep them coming in over on Facebook, Crafters TV or Crafters Companion across on YouTube. It's quite good when we get these sort of random crafting questions, Craig, because it means we all get to know the answer, we all get to learn together.
Yeah, I like it. It's really nice. And also it gets my my little brain going as well.
It does. Like brain training, isn't it, for crafting?
It is, actually. Really good one. Brain training. Can't even speak on this Wednesday night.
It's Tuesday.
It's... Eh? Don't do that to me.
Oh, sorry, I'm in a playful
fell
mood.
for that one.
It is Wednesday, Craig.
Fell for that. It's Wednesday. I know it's Wednesday because it's Grey's Anatomy's night, that's why.
I've never seen an episode of that.
Oh, see this series. Because, well, we're 6 months behind the US. So this season is all about, obviously, what's going on with COVID. Oh, my God. Meredith and Derek. You'll know what I mean.
Is it all the feels, Craig?
Sorry?
Is it all the feels?
Yeah, totally all the fields, for sure.
Fields, did you say?
Fields.
I thought you said fields.
Oh no, definitely said fields. Yeah, anyone that knows, anyone for you guys stateside that watch it knows already what happens in the rest of season 17. Please don't let me know.
17 seasons.
17 seasons,
Gosh.
yeah.
We need to work out how many seasons it would be of Crafters TV. Was it an ongoing anthology, Craig?
Well,
because imagine if we're 2-hour shows, so let's say there'd probably be 6 shows in a season, wouldn't there?
Well, see, that's the thing. UK seasons, any of the UK programmes where there's a season, or as we call it, a series, it's between 6 and 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Whereas you guys stateside, a season to you is round about 24.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we're about a season a week here at Crafters TV. We've been going for about a year and a half, so we're on about 75 seasons we'd be in.
Yeah. I know, but we are becoming more American in the way that we view our series, and the fact of we're calling them more and more seasons now as well, instead of saying series. I'm going to
Dawn says, I think you should have a craft tour and visit cities and towns in the US and the UK. Where would we go, Craig? Craig would want to go to New York, 100%. Definitely. I definitely want to go to San Francisco and Los Angeles. That would be my 2 choices.
My heart in San Francisco.
Karen says, from the character Mini-Me. That's what we're talking about. Interesting that the baby finger is actually known as a digiti Mini-Me in science. I wonder if that is why they had him posed that way. Maybe it was. I love that you know that, Karen. How do you know that?
I've only seen Austin Powers a few times.
Yeah, it was kind of funny back in the day. I feel like we've forgotten about it now.
Did you ever see the film back in the day? I thought it was amazing, and now I look back and I just go, what? Mars Attack.
Oh gosh, there's some strange films out there, isn't there? Kathy says, okay, I have a suggestion. Craig, make a tall decorative box and put a beer in it, then give it to Joe. Does that work, Joe? Beer's never not worked for me, Kathy, in all honesty.
I'm not being funny. As much as I would happily do that for you, Joe, it takes ages to make a box like that.
Oh, it's nice to know I'm valued, Craig.
I'd rather spend lots of money on you.
Ah, thank you. That's very kind. I wait excitedly for that to happen. Very busy.
Till payday.
Sorry?
Can we wait till payday?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think I've got much of a choice by the sounds of it. What's the date today? We've got a while to go yet.
No, end of the month, eh?
Quick. Okay, more questions coming. I'm loving all the questions coming in, guys. Keep the questions coming in. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions already lined up. I wonder if we can get another 15 questions before the end of this hour, Craig. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We're 41 minutes in, 20 minutes. Come on, guys. Any random crafty questions that you've got for the Hottie Scotty, get them in right now. Crafters TV on Facebook or Crafters Companion across on YouTube.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's see what we can achieve. I'm just having a look for a couple of yellows.
Katie Henderson's, Craig, you made my day to hear you sing I Left My Heart in San Francisco. Katie, I think Katie is in San Francisco. Maybe you could go track it down and post it back for us, Katie.
Do what?
You left your heart in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Maybe Katie could send it back. She lives in San Francisco.
I wish and would love the opportunity to actually leave my heart in San Francisco.
Aww. I love that. I just went, and then I just heard a click in the gallery and it just disappeared. Piff, puff, puff, I was gone.
Gone. Gone.
Karen says, I'm an occupational therapist. We know hands well. Another thing we're talking about in the comments is, well, if you could only take one crafting item with you to a desert island, Craig.
Gemini Jr.
There you go. There you are. Boom. Done. Oh, I think I was meant to save that for the question section. Well, I'll tell you what, Craig. In 20 minutes, I'll ask you that again and we can pretend you didn't just answer it, yeah?
Yep.
Fantastic. Love it.
Sounds good to me. I could get carried away colouring, but let's carry on making this card. So what I would do is keep colouring in the rainbows that we can see here. Now I've already coloured this one in here. Now if you watched myself and Joe on Friday, Colour Me Happy with the Discovery Kits, remember when I was saying about leaving white areas, blocking off? So I started to do that when it comes to this rainbow here. So that's what I've done there, just use one of my scalloped edge, and it's not scalloped edge, it's like a torn edge nesting die. And I've got one slightly bigger within the black layer. So we can see this is how it's starting to come on here. Then what I've also done, simply by stamping out, done the sun and done the love hearts. So what I'll do is I will skip forward that bit of the colouring, you can see here. So taking the heart, missing one heart, but we'll find
Oh, that's probably in San Francisco.
It probably is. Probably is. Left my heart in San Francisco. And last but not least, I created just a wash of a background using the red, the yellow, and I want to say it was the it was aqua pens that I used this. No, just the normal.
You're talking to yourself,
Georgina. No, Georgina.
Oh, okay. Just
I was asking if it was the tricolours. Wouldn't be the first time I've spoken to myself.
I talk to myself all day, every day.
To be fair, working in this place, I get a better answer if I speak to myself. That or the brick wall.
Ouch! Loads of questions coming in, Craig.
One's Tracy. She's right pain in the backside sometimes.
Shots fired. She sees you, she hears you, she feels you, Craig.
That's why I love Jake more. He always bows down to my requests. Yes, Craig. No, Craig. Absolutely, Craig.
Yeah,
I can get
but
that,
Jake
Craig.
doesn't. Jake never makes a cup of tea. Is the problem?
Yeah,
bit like you, Craig. That's why you get on.
Well, Tracy does. It's just rank the tea that she makes. Just for the record, she is just an eye shot of me, so that's why I'm doing it.
Sassy, isn't he?
Let's just say I can't tell you the hand gestures it's just doing back to me, even with just boss John at the side of her.
Anyway, loads of questions coming in, Craig, which is awesome.
Good. Get some questions coming in. So what I'm doing at the moment, Joe, let's layer this part up now. So there we go. Got our, it's kind of like an aperture silhouette effect that we're coming on here. So what I'm then going to do is we've got our layer that we've already coloured. Got my 2 pennies. You could use cents or you could use your 5p's. If you're feeling really flush, then use your 5p's. And then what I'm going to do is bring in a small square foam pad.
Tammy's made a very relevant point, Craig.
Yeah.
She says, what use would an electric machine be on a desert island? If you're going to take your Gemini Junior with you to a desert island as your desert island craft product, what are you going to plug it into?
Well, you didn't say there wasn't going to be
It's a desert island. That's
panel.
John joining in,
Thank
you can hear.
John.
It says a solar panel. No, but then he'd be taking a solar panel to a desert island.
Right,
No one's saying there's going to be solar panels
Gemini
there.
MIDI then.
Okay, brilliant. Gemini MIDI it is.
Next best thing. Next best thing is the Gemini MIDI. Or I could take foam pads, and then what I could do is, as I venture into the wild, in the jungle, I can just lay a track of foam pads.
Oh, absolutely.
So I know how to get my way back. Or I could, I don't know, just get palm leaves and on the palm leaves just write help with little foam pads.
In a tiny little foam, I think you'd have a lovely time doing that.
Would do. Here, I've got nothing better to do.
Absolutely, you're on a desert
Do
island.
you like a scene out of Castaway?
Another one I haven't seen, Craig.
You've not seen Castaway?
No.
Oh, Tom Hanks, legend. Legend of...
Can I be completely honest with you?
film
I
world.
don't really have a great attention span, so I struggle a little bit with films.
Do you?
Yeah, unless I go to the cinema, and at the cinema, you know, darkness, no distractions, silence, phone off, then I'm all right.
Do you know what I'm bad at, Joe? Is I'll watch a film, so I'll watch the start, and then I'll get to the climax part, watch that bit, and then you know that bit after the...
Yeah.
After the, like, main
After the-
excitement, like the explosion or that's happened, and it's winding down to the end of the film, that's the bit that I start to lose interest in. Stop it. You know that's not what I meant.
Okay,
That's the
brilliant, Craig.
bit that
Really
I
nice,
lose
wonderful. Yeah.
interest in. So what I'm doing now is I'm going in with my foam on it. Foam on a roll.
The foam on a roll is on a special offer. Details are along the bottom of your screen. You buy one, you get one free, which is awesome value. It really is. We just got to hold it together for a couple more minutes and then there's a piece of video coming, Craig.
Right.
You really chucked me under the bus there.
So making sure, not sure if you can see here, just making sure that I've got enough room for my penny to slide back and
Awesome.
forward.
You don't want it snagging on your phone tape,
You
do
don't, no. And a little tip for you is, it's not overly essential, but it is going to help. If you make the foam pad you use to sandwich your penny, if you can make that a foam pad that's 1 millimetre thinner than the outline foam pad, then that just means that this layer of the foam pad, because it's higher up, it's going to lift it further up from the cardstock, which means the penny's not going to sit against the base layer, so you're going to get more of that movement. So what we can do is taking the backs off here, and let's take, if we can get this one, and by doing what I've done here, this one isn't essential that you use the foam on a roll. You could use your foam pads. Foam on a roll is what you're going to need for your shaker cards. But what we can do is bring this one in here. So let's pop that one on, press it into place. Then what I'm going to do is let's come in with, I'm going to bring in some red liner tape for this one, Joe. I'm going to take in a little square here.
Why red liner at this point, Craig?
So I just find that red liner, it really does adhere to the copper of the penny a lot better.
Okay.
You can use your glue gel if you want to, but if you're not wanting to wait on it drying, then the next best thing is definitely your red liner tape.
Such a happy
for sure.
son, that one.
He is, isn't he? Reminds me of you when you come in the morning, all smiley and happy.
In the mornings, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very sweet of you, sir. I forgive you for not making me tea last week.
I love working with you, Joe.
Thank you. I love working with me as well.
So you should. You're a lot of fun to work with.
Oh, I'm really finding myself too funny today, Craig. I apologise. You know I love working with you, Craig. We have the best days. We love a Triple Craig day here on Crafty TV. Marshall thinks that the foam on a roll is maybe not on sale, is only on sale when Ben's not here for a reason, Craig. What do you think? I'm thinking that was done on purpose. Is there something I don't know about here with foam on a roll?
Does he keep singing that song?
Oh, what's the song?
Foam on a roll, foam on a roll. To be honest, it does get quite boring.
Is that it?
That's him.
Ah.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I don't think it's as good as the Copacabana or Craftman Craig.
No, it's one of those things, you know, where just...
Oh, John thinks that that's not how the song goes, is it not?
How does it go then, John?
There must be more to it than that. Apparently not, John.
No. It's one of those things, I think Ben thinks it's a lot better and a lot funnier than it actually is. Like most of his jokes.
I dread to think what you say about me when I'm not here.
Nothing, I'm scared in case you beat me up.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine us having a scrap fight?
I couldn't. I'd have a job knock the skin off a rice pudding, Craig, let alone anything else.
I'm a lover, not a fighter anyway.
Me too.
So what I'm doing is I'm going to lift this sentiment further up because it was actually snagging at the sentiment.
There is tea coming, by the way. I think we need it, Craig. I think we need a half-time tea.
So let's take the backing off. I think it's no secret that I don't tend to use foam on a roll a lot unless it is with shakers because it can be temperamental. But here we go. So there we are. We've got that working now. So we've got
love that
free flowing with the sun.
Karen loves the foam on a roll song.
The sun has got his hat on,
hip, hip,
hip,
hip,
hip, hooray. The sun has got his hat on and he's coming out to play.
He was out to play today. He's going to be able to play all week this week here in the UK, Craig. That's fantastic.
Point out for all different reasons that could be a female son as well as...
Could be a female son?
A female son, you know, singing a song. Female
Absolutely.
Very
apt as well. It's National, it's Pride Month this month as well. Loving the use of the rainbows there.
Actually, talking of that, Joe, what about, see
this
one? Example here.
Love that one. I spotted that earlier.
Yeah, so also with the sun. And that is doing, if you've seen Hunky Dory launch day, remember with the sea shanty demo where I've done layers of cardstock? Then that's done in the same way, but using for the background, for the texture card.
Mariah says, Craig is salty today. That is the perfect description, Mariah, of Craig. He is salty today. Thank you for that. I want to just quickly run you back through what you're getting there in that collection then, and look at how beautifully fluid they move. I think it's fantastic. This is the one that Craig made this morning in Wake Up Call. That's the nautical, the one with the boat. You also get as well the space one, which I loved. And also, it's a card that's a tag. Could it get any better? Plot twist, no, it could not. You've got the one with the paper aeroplane in here as well, which is fantastic. That gorgeous one with the butterfly. They all have corresponding sentiments with them. I love that the line which, or the track they run on is different as well, depending on which one we're using, which is fantastic. And you've got all the different embellishing ones. The monkey one is always so popular. Craig is a little monkey today, isn't he? Karen says, we love foam on a roll, the song. There you go, Craig. I think you're in the minority there. Dieta says, I love the rainbow penny slider. Thank you so much. Right, I tell you what I'm going to do. I know a lot of you have put a lot of things in your basket in the first part of the show, so I'm going to share with you, give you an opportunity to check out essentially. Whilst I'll do that, why don't you check out how you can watch and shop at the same time, and also all the details of Club Inspire. Thanks for the tea, Tracy.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
All the details there of Club Inspire and how you can watch the shop at the same time. Right, it's question time with Craig is what we're going to look at next. Aisha Denison's, Craig, I need help with a wedding invitation. What size do you recommend? I was thinking of 5x7 trifold. How does that sound?
5x7 trifold sounds lovely. I would always say maybe even round about the 6x6. Main thing, don't overcomplicate it for yourself because you're going to have lovely ideas. You're going to get to about 10 of them. Keeping in mind, wedding invites are repetitive. You're going to get to about the 10th one. I've done them myself. You're going to get fed up. So try and keep them as simple, even if it's just a square one. If you're happy to go with a trifold, go for it, but keep the decoration in that very simple. You're going to feel the benefit after a few, trust me.
Okay, loads of them to do, so great advice there. Mary Kay Knowles says, with the finish on Centura Pearl, do I need a special adhesive or glue to stick it down?
So Centura Pearl, Adorable Scoreable, anything that's got a coated card, use your tape runner, your double-sided tape, your tacky glue. Try not use your all-purpose for anything that's got a coating, because what's going to happen is the glue is going to interact with the coating and it's not actually going to give you a permanent bond. So go for a tacky glue tape runner. Basically a tacky glue or a dry glue.
The name's Bond, permanent bond. Come on, someone else is thinking it, surely. Karen says, I know this has been answered before, but I forgot. Do you store sparkle pens upright?
So, all pens you store on their side, hence why the trays are designed so you sit them on the side basically. So if I bring just the top layer of my classic pens that I've got here, so always store them on their side. That's going to keep the ink even. Now I know sparkle pens have only got the tip on one side, but that doesn't matter. Still keep them flat. The only time that you will tend to turn and store your pens upright is if you're starting to run low on ink.
Okay.
So then turn them on the shelf. It's going to pull the remaining ink down, but all pens, store them on their side.
Brilliant. Who else asked this? Katie Henderson asked, Craig, can you use the shimmer sprays on stencils? I'm thinking she means the ones we had on during launch day today.
100% you can do. Yeah, you can use the shimmer sprays on so many things, but the stencils, such a good way of using them. Sarah
W asked about the metallic markers. Are they best stored flat or upright? I guess it's the same, whatever markers you're using.
On the side.
Yep. Hannah Hicks says, question, what is the next Sarah signature collection?
What is
the
next
I
Sarah
don't think
signature?
we're allowed, I mean, no. Sorry, Hannah. Good try, though. Very good try.
There might be the elephant in the room, so to say. You know, I think many people will be kind of guessing. But I'm certainly not saying, that's for sure.
Oh, I don't know what it is. They don't tell me this anymore because you know what happened with the Rose Gold collection. Yolanda said, what card is best for stamping, Neenah or white stamping card?
Rightio. So if you're wanting to colour with your alcohol markers, then stamp onto Neenah. If you are stamping with like your quick dry and it's like your layering stamps, then you want to use your white smooth stamping card. Don't want to confuse it too much. If you run out of Neenah cardstock, you can use your white smooth stamping card for your alcohol colouring, but you will absolutely notice the difference. So, you know, stick with your Neenah for your alcohol colour and stick with your white smooth stamping card for your quick dry stamping.
Awesome. Karen Wells Sorrel says, Craig, have you ever made a bay window card?
Years and years ago.
I've never even seen one, I don't think, Craig.
Quite an ornate kind of shape.
Jam made one apparently. It was neat. It was neat. Is what
Neat.
Karen
That's a
goes
good way
for.
of putting it, actually. Neat, yeah.
Dawn says, when foiling, if there are patches missing, does that mean the dye isn't hot enough or the pressure in the Gemini isn't enough?
So first of all, what to do is add a few seconds on. So I would always go by the fact that maybe it's just not hot enough. There's obviously pressure because it is foiling elsewhere. So what to do is always go up. I always just do it by increments of 2 seconds. Sometimes that's enough. So do 2 seconds. If you get, you know, an extra 20 seconds and you're still getting patches in the same bit, then it could be to do with the pressure. So just maybe add a shim or something. 9 times out of 10, it's just because it's not on the heat long enough.
Awesome. Right, I've got loads more, but we're going to save them.
Okay.
In another 15 minutes, we're going to do another round of them. So if you've got more crafting conundrums and you want to get them in for Craig, please let me know. Karen Fish said, I made the monkey card for my husband. Says, I'm a bananas about you. He calls me monkey, so it's a perfect card. The card is sitting on his desk. He loved it. And Wendy's made the astronaut one as well, and she loved it too. Right, we're going to look at these. One of my favourites. I think we do interchangeable dies so well here at Crafter's Companion because you just wouldn't know. It's seamless. It really is, because you would look at this topper that this creates here and it looks like it was just as the die intended, but what it does is it gives you extra versatility because you've got 3 different sentiments in each of these. So this one here is your pretty florals, and that's got congratulations, celebrate and condolences. This is your butterfly foliage, which has got happy birthday, happy Easter and happy thoughts. We then have Regal Frames. You've got just for you, miss you and thank you. This one here is your wildflowers. You've got sending hugs, sending love and sending kisses. We then have Lovely Vines, which is best wishes, best wishes, best of luck and best friend. And then you've got the ornate swirls, which is sending wishes, birthday wishes and get well wishes. £67 or $76 if you want to get your hands on these. Any 2 of these can be yours for £26 or $30. They're all available individually too, so it's up to you. What I will say though, this is the best price yet on this collection. So you've been thinking about it for a while. I should move that for you, George. There we go. Pop my cup of tea back round there. If you've been thinking about these for a while, then I think it's definitely making your mind up time. Platinum members, £53 today to get these, or $60.80, which is great, great value for money. We love these, Craig, and everyone else seems to love them. We get lots of pictures, don't we, of people, we get lots of pictures from people using these, a lot of people talking about how they use them as well.
Yeah, because, you know, you've got that unique factor of interchangeable. You've got the same outline die, you've got the same background die, but then you've got the choice of changing the sentiment up to 3 times. But then you can also use the sentiment on their own as well. So think of them, actually, if you look at the price and think of just the sentiments alone that you can use on their own, then perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the, what will be the Regal frame. Now what I'm going to do first of all, Joe, 6x6 card blank. So I'm going to use patterned paper from our past Lily collection. So we're going to go into our yellow texture cardstock, which is the sunflower. And you'll have probably noticed a trend throughout today. I've been using a lot of blacks for the outline layer.
Okay.
Because it really does show off your projects quite dramatically.
Was this from the earlier Hunky Dory show, this paper?
No, this is from the Lily, it's a Nature Garden Lily
right,
collection
okay.
from,
Which has been out of stock forever, isn't it?
It has,
But
yeah.
if you want something similar, then definitely go back to that earlier Hunky Dory show, because the design packs, the big blue, was it called Big Blooms?
Big Blooms?
Yes, was quite similar to that.
That, do you know something, Joe? I never even gave that a thought. That would look really well with.
Would be a
what we're
great
about to do.
substitute for that pad.
Really good substitute for that one. So what I'm going to do is still using the same colour tone. So I'm going to use black. What we're going to do is we're going to use 2 shades of the yellow, and then for the sentiment, we're going to do a bit of green and a bit of light yellow here. This is going to be our background in black, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 layers of the design here. Now, straight away you might think, oh, he's going to do a drop shadow. I'm not. I'm actually going to lay them direct on top of each other, but using foam pads.
Oh, okay.
Creating a different spin on them. So what I'll do is, if I was to use my large Gemini, then I would be able to do all layers at once, potentially. I am still sticking with my Gemini Junior, so you can see the layers that I'm going to do, I'm going to use just for you. So what I'll start to do, Joe, is start die cutting all these out.
Brilliant. Wendy, talk about making the astronauts. Any questions? If you've got any more questions, keep getting them into us. Remember, she's back in stock tomorrow. This time tomorrow, I'll be here with Queen Leanne of the Chivers. She's back in the building. I can't wait. My mate Chivs, we haven't worked together for so long, so it's going to be awesome. We've got 3 whole hours together for what is going to be a fast and furious, giggle-filled cartload. We will, there's lots of things that me and Leanne are not allowed to talk about anymore here on Crafters TV. She always gets me in trouble, Craig, so it'll be fun to see what mischief we get up to tomorrow. 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 11 a.m. if you are across on the West Coast. Set your alarms now, or set a reminder at least, and make sure you join the pair of us tomorrow, because it's going to be a lot of fun. You and I tomorrow. I've got a great day actually tomorrow, Craig. I mean, obviously a triple Craig day is amazing, but I've got you in the morning, then I've got my TV wife Debbie Fisher, and then I've got Leanne in for the later show. What a great day it's going to be.
It's going to be a good one.
It's a craft along tomorrow, isn't it?
Is it craft along that you've got tomorrow with Debbie?
Just checking, yes. Connecting Sentiments, craft along tomorrow with myself and the fish. That'll be fun.
I lose track with my own schedule. It's hard to work out and keep to track with everyone else's, so that'll be good with a craft along. Do we know what one it is? Do we know what a craft?
Which one?
Do you know what?
Connecting Sentiments.
What one?
Connecting Sentiments. Connecting Sentiments.
That's why I've got them on Wake Up Call tomorrow then.
I'm meant to be the deaf one, not you. I am slightly, I don't want to say I'm deaf because I feel like, no, it's a little bit deaf. I'm definitely getting a little bit hard of hearing, Craig. I think I'm going to have to go for a hearing test very soon.
You're too young to be going deaf.
I know. Well, I mean, I'm older than I look, Craig.
You are. Gosh, I'm
I'm
going to be 36 in a week on Monday.
I'll be 35 in Will I be 35 in September, or am I 35? No, I will be 35 in September.
Yeah, because I'm away to be 36 and you're away to be 35.
Yes, so there's only about a year and a bit, isn't there, between us yet?
Yeah, because I was born 1985.
1985?
1985, yeah.
So would you have been one of the youngest in your school year then?
Yeah.
By not the most youngest.
No,
yeah.
not the most
See, I was like
youngest.
the eldest. I was like, because my birthday's the end of September, and the cut-off is the beginning of September, isn't it?
My best friend Carly, you seen a picture on Wake Up Call yesterday, just had a wee girl. Her birthday.
She's had the girl.
She had the baby. On
Yay!
Saturday.
Oh, congratulations! Have you got a name yet?
Riva.
Riva, I love it.
Yeah.
Riva's such a great name.
So nice. And so many of you, after saying, have so kindly you've asked after her. So many, which I knew you'd like to see a couple of pictures. So what I'm going to do, obviously, it's their first child. So I'll give it a couple of weeks, just their own little privacy. Yeah. And then I'll speak to Carly and see if I can pop a picture up on
when are you going
media.
up, Craig?
So I've got my summer holidays. A week on Friday is my last day.
Oh, how long are you off for?
So I come off a week on Friday, and then I'm not back until the following Tuesday. So
10 days.
So it's about 10 days I'm off for. Yeah,
I'm going on a little summer holiday as well. Same time you're on a little summer holiday.
Yeah.
I'm only going on my days off though, so there you are. But nice idea of all going on summer holiday. We're all going on a summer holiday.
Do you know what? I feel like Holly and Phil. Like going off on my summer holidays, although I'm not going off for like 3 months. I'm only going off.
You practically are Holly and Phil, because sometimes you don't work Friday as well.
Yeah. But I was very generous. Kelly, who obviously organises our skit. Well, it's now kind of pretty much full time been taken over by Brent.
It has.
Kelly's away to go off on maternity leave, but she did. She came to me a few weeks ago and said, "You see how you're off for like the 10 days in June?" I was like, "Yeah." She says, "Are you still wanting one of your Fridays off?" I was like, "No." I could have said yeah, but I was like, no.
Oh,
I was
no,
like,
no,
I've got enough time off. I was like, I don't want extra time off. So, no. But yeah, I do. I'm very lucky that I do get one Friday off a month. So, it's surprising actually. Now, you know, we kind of flippantly say this every now and again, but it's very true. Whereas it's hard to believe this is a job for us. I know there is so many of you out there or loved ones that do so much more hardcore work like we do, like working in hospitals, etc., etc. For what we do,
Yeah.
you know, it's surprising how much that the live shows can take it out of you. Hence why I get like this on the last show on a Wednesday.
That's why. Dieta says, I know this is not question time yet, Craig, but I've got to read this one out because it really made me laugh. She said, Craig, I used a tape runner on my spine and it came apart. What do you recommend? I recommend you see a doctor, Dieta. She obviously means a spine on a memory book, but that's not how it was written in the comments. Really made me laugh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dieta.
As amazing as our tape pens are, wouldn't recommend them for something like a memory book, because a memory book is going to get too many layers, it's going to get too heavy. What you're wanting to use is something like a red liner tape. You can use a wet glue, but of course you'll need to wait quite a while for that to dry. But yeah, so on this occasion, what I would say is don't use a tape runner for your memory books. We do tend to do it here on Crafters TV for pure speed, but we will always recommend while doing it to use maybe like a red liner tape. Because as it is, not only the layers that you're creating, but you think by the time you pop photos in or you put any of the twists and pops in, anything like that, it's not going to hold with your tape runner. So hopefully
There you go. Hope that answers your question. We are going to do more question time with Craig very, very soon. Someone said something about you dressing up as Tarzan. Sarah says, I'm trying to picture Craig in a Tarzan outfit roaming through the jungle. Yeah. You in a loincloth.
Oh, you don't want to see that.
Sorry?
You don't want to see that.
I think it was to do with being stuck on a desert island, maybe. Maybe it's something to do with that.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. It's probably why I'm still single. She doesn't want to see me like that. Yeah, no, trust me. You don't want to do that. Is that also Austin Powers, where he goes, I've got a sexy body?
Yeah. Anyway, Dieta says, Joe, I knew it. I should have worded it differently. Oh, we knew what you meant,
We
really,
knew what
Dieta,
you
didn't
meant.
we? We're just teasing you. We're in a playful mood tonight here on Crafters TV.
Aren't we? I hope we can just carry this playful mood into Wake Up Call tomorrow. Will we not go home? Will we just stay in the studio all night?
Tonight?
Yeah.
No, I've got fresh bedding on tonight. It's that fresh bedding feeling.
Has it been like outside airing?
Sorry?
Has it been outside airing?
I don't have any outside space, I'm afraid. I can hang it out the window.
I was about to say hang out of the window.
Do you know we're not allowed? It's actually in the terms of the lease on my apartment, you are not allowed to hang anything out of the window, Craig. And the window coverings, the bits that face the outside, have to be a specific colour. They can only be cream, ecru, or dark grey. I know, so many rules.
So many rules. You can hang it on my washing line if you want.
Thanks, I bear that in mind. Go forward.
You've got to admit, there's no better feeling than your fresh bedding when it's been aired
Oh,
outside.
so nice, it really is. I do put a tumble dryer sheet in that, it gives it that really nice
Oh, I don't have a tumble dryer.
Ooh, well, I've got a washer and dryer, because I don't have any outside space, you see.
Yeah.
I don't tumble dry many things, Craig. All my clothes I air dry, obviously in a clothes horse.
Yeah.
Someone says it's not good for you having a clothes horse inside. I'm not sure about that. I always open the window.
I do put it on the clothes horse maybe in the winter time or that. But I know what you mean, because when I moved here, so before they finished my kitchen, I had the choice of leaving a space for the tumble dryer, but I was like, no, just fill it with cupboard space because I don't really want a tumble dryer. But look at that.
Beautiful
After
colourways.
all that, so I'm going to turn it onto its side. So all of these layers I've layered up on foam pads to give it extra oomph and height. But you can, of course, do your little bits of a drop shadow, which I have done within the sentiment there. But that is the just for you. You could, of course, use miss you or thank you if you wanted to. But real nice, fresh colours. Although you've got a little bit of black there, still fresh that you can see here. Really chuffed with how that looked.
Beautiful, really, really love it. Diet says, Joe, you're a Virgo, question mark. I am not a Virgo, no, I am a Libra. I think I'm on the cusp of something else though. Is it? Must be Virgo. Karen says, met with dead silence and an anyhow from Craig. You always know it's going well. Sarah's Creation says, Joe, yes, it was on the deserted island and no one would see him. Sending him a volleyball. Love that. I think that's a Castaway joke, isn't it?
Castaway, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Joe, you need to move out of that bougie place. Says Mariah. It's not that. It's a little bit bougie, but it's not that bougie.
Place.
Yeah, it is really lovely. Craig's gonna come and see me over the summer, aren't you, Craig?
Yes, I am.
We're gonna paint the town purple. Is what we're going to do.
Show me about Manchester.
Absolutely. Right, let me share this with you then. So let's go through again. What I'd like to do is give you the individual details, because they are all available individually for you. So this one here is the butterfly foliage. We then also have the regal frames. Oh yeah, these frames are regal. You've got the wildflowers in here. My absolute favourite one, the wildflowers. Then we've got the, lovely vines. Ornate squirrels is this one just here. And you've there got the pretty florals for you. As I wish you could see Craig's. He had like a little rise because it swirls, and Craig says squirrels instead of swirls. I wish you could see. He wanted to give me an eye roll, but there's a little wry smile over there. Right, if you want to get the whole collection on those, that is of course, as always, the best way to get the best value. Right, if you missed the Hunky Dory show earlier on, I'm going to show you the most popular element of the collection. Craig, do you have any samples of this one over there? Oh, do you know what? I can show you because I've got it. Card of the show, of the show, of the show. Is this one just here? I'm going to share this with you. So these are the kind of things you can do. Can you see? Craig's put it in a domed front card here, but you can still see all that depth and dimension that you're able to get on the decollage. Now, this kit I'm about to show you has enough of the decollage in here to make 24 cards. So you can see just here, this is the imagery you get, and then what you actually get to go with it, let me just hold this up so I can show you, is then for each one of those, you then get 2 sheets of the additional elements which go onto the top of there as well. So let me take you through this because it is a really interesting collection. So what you've got is that you've got the doggies here. You've also got the chicken. Then you've got the lambs. And then you're getting that background paper that goes with every single one of them. You've actually got 72 sheets within the decollage element of this collection. Ooh, Wise Old Owl is that one there. Then we've got the duckies in here as well, just so cute. There are loads. It's like the season, isn't it, at the moment, Craig, for all of the baby birds. So we've got, the little ducklings. Are they called cygnets, baby swans? Cygnets. And is it goslings, or what's a baby geese called? What are baby geese? I think they are goslings, aren't they?
They are goslings.
Yeah, beautiful. There's where I live, obviously there's loads because we have the canals, there's absolutely loads of them. And they're just getting big enough now where the geese stop charging at you and hissing when you try and run along the canal to protect the little ones. So it's a very cute time of the year, and the sun's out. We've also got the little donkey in here, the deer, hello dear. And then, of course, then you've got all of those additional elements which will decoupage up. You've got enough to make 24 cards just in the decollage element of that collection. You do get an inspiration sheet included in there as well. What you're then getting too is the little book, which is fantastic. So the little book has 144 pages of toppers within here. And as we were talking about earlier, if you're making small cards, that is enough really. That's it. You've got 144 cards ready to go. A couple of matte layers there, and you've got something fantastic, which is brilliant. So you've got that in there, and then what you're also getting is the inserts. Now you've got 12 designs and you're going to get 3 of each within here, which is fantastic, and it's all that same imagery that's carried through from that main collection, which is awesome. $39.97 or $59.17 is your price for that. If you want to craft big or go home, then we've got a buy of the show for you as well, which definitely represents the best value for money. I'm going to share with you what that looks like. Take a look at that. There is so much in there. So you have got in here 6 of those packs of the adorable Scoreable. In each one of those, you've got 24 sheets, so that's brilliant. You've got loads there. Then you've got your duotone pads, 4 of those, 2 of your duo designs in there as well, 48 sheets each in those pads. You've also then got as well the Childhood Dreams collection, which is fantastic. In there, you've got 8 sheets of toppers, 8 sheets of cardstock, 8 sheets of foiled cardstock. You've then got inserts, vellums in there too. I mean, it is a really huge, substantial collection, and you're going to get the Childhood Dreams little book in there as well. £160 or $240. You can use your Club Inspired discount on top of that as well. So it's up to you. Do you want to dip your toe in and go for some of the smaller ones, or do you want to go for the large collections? Just want to check something with Georgina. Georgina, are those hunky-dory items in this show, or do we need to go back to the earlier show to shop them? So what you need to do is you need to go back to the website and you need to go to the launch day show, which was the one before this, and they're all in there for you. So they're not actually within this show. Don't forget, on all the products that were in that earlier show, all the hunky-dory items, you will get double points as well, which is fantastic. Now, let me remind you also of the Hero tool. Very busy on this. A real hero collection of our adhesives here for you. So you're going to get 2 of our permanent tape pens. You're going to get 2 of the dotty tape pens, which are perfect for all of your more intricate and ornate details. 2 of your all-purpose glue for a bond, permanent bond. And also, you're going to get 2 of the tacky glues in there, and also the fine tip glue applicators that are in there as well. Now, we've also got a great deal for you on the Neenah cardstock. That is very busy in this show. $7.98 or $11.98. You are paying for 2. We're sending you 3. I've got a birthday twin, Craig. You do? Yeah. Wendy Fredericks. She's my birthday twin. She says, I'm a Libra. Oh, gosh, Joe. I thought it says librarian then for a moment. I'm a Libran. My birthday is the same day as Joe's. Anyone on the 30th of September? No, no one on the 30th of September. Aisha. Yes, that is why I want to party up with Joe. We are both Libras. Let's have a party. Honestly, you bring the bubbles, I'll bring the banter, and we'll have a fabulous party. How about that? Georgina doesn't want to join our party. George does, but Georgina says no, she doesn't want to. Ina's out, apparently. Beth says, what beautiful papers there as well in that collection. Right, need to go back to the Floral Frames. Very, very busy again for these still, as we knew they would be. Let me take you back through what you're actually getting included in here, because they are a beautiful collection of 6 incredible stamps and die sets. So you've got really lovely frame dies stamped in here, so you can use those with or without the die that cuts the aperture in there, and then you've got the sentiments which go into there as well. This one is I'm So Happy For You. You've also got then, for a special friend, this one here is You Mean So Much To Me. I've written on the back of these what they are, Craig, and my handwriting is so bad that I can actually hardly read it.
You need a ruler.
I do need a ruler. It's because I'm left-handed, you see. I think that's what it is. Apparently, your handwriting's not as good as if you're left-handed. This one is With Love From Me To You. I love that it's got these little breaks in here. I've got I'd imagine like a banner running behind it or something. I don't know why. Yeah. Might be a great way to use them. A heartfelt thanks there with the daisies. And you've also got this one, May All Your Dreams Come True. I love that the aperture's a bit unusual in there. I do love that foxglove. Something about foxgloves which are just gorgeous, I think, especially this time of year. There's something a bit fairy-esque and whimsical about it, isn't there? Yeah. $64.95 or $74.75. Something you're going to get so much use out of, because florals, as we know, are just so versatile. We do have the 6-packs and the 12-packs of the classics over on the website as well, which would go perfect with this. They are under that Shop the Show button, so do go and check those out as well. And we're going to have question time with Craig again very, very soon. So if you've got any more questions, now's your chance to get them in. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are over on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe if you are watching us, of course, across on YouTube. So many papers, so little time. Love those hunky-dory bundles, says Connie. They were very, very busy in the earlier show. Still very busy now as well. Right, which one of these beautiful stamps and die sets are you going to demonstrate for us now, Craig?
So we're going to be using the I'm So Happy For You. So that's the set that we're going to go for now. So what I've got is a piece of our Neenah cardstock. So I've got it pretty much to the size that I need. So what we're going to do is, once just line that one up again, I'm going to come into place. This time we're going to use my alcohol proof, but my flagstone. So you're still getting a depth of your outline, slightly more subtler than a black. So stamping that one out, we've got it in place, and then we're going to go in. Now you can do heat embossing if you wanted to. That works really well. If you want to do black heat embossing, or maybe something like gold would work well, silvers would look well. Have a look in your stash and see what you've got. But stamping this one out, and I was originally going to be using my Classics Joe, but I can't quite seem to find the colours that I need within the studio set. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to my tri-blends, but many will know, if you already are familiar with the Spectrum Noir range, that the colours that I'm going to use with the tri-blends are the same that's going to match the Classics. So you can still get the same look as I am if you'd rather do your Classics. Another good reason again with your larger stamping platform is so that you can then get these lined up if you are missing little bits. So we're giving it a good stamp, making sure we get a good coverage all the way around, and then going back into place.
I feel very seen by Diane Gerhardt. She says, "Oh, Joe, that's just simply not true. My husband is left-handed and his handwriting is beautiful." There was me all these years blaming it on being left-handed, Craig. Turns out it's not a thing.
It's not a thing. I'm trying to think. I will know someone that's... what are you, sorry?
Sorry?
What are you, left-handed?
Left-handed?
Yeah. So I'm bound to know someone else back home, family or friends, that's left-handed. But...
well, you know me, I'm left-handed. I just told you.
Yeah, but you don't live back home.
Why do I need to live back home? I don't know where this is going.
No, neither do I, to be honest. Just ignore me, Joe. Just ignore me. I don't even know.
What was that?
I was obviously leading back to something. That's what I was about to say. I'm trying to think back to someone that I know back home that's left-handed to think if their writing is neat or not. That's what I was trying to think of.
Let me know. If you're left-handed and you've got terrible handwriting, get in touch. We can start some sort of left-handed handwriting support group or something. Is Becky left-handed? I bet she's got beautiful handwriting. She looks like the kind of lady that would have immaculate handwriting, doesn't she, Becky?
She does, yeah.
She's very crafty as well, isn't she? Which makes me think she probably would have immaculate handwriting. Bernie is left-handed. She is indeed. Rachel, a social media superstar, says, "I'm left-handed, my writing is rubbish too." There we are. We need to get this theory proven. Diane, maybe your husband is an anomaly. Maybe he's truly blessed with his lovely left-handed handwriting.
See, if I write very quick notes to myself,
Yeah.
just to remind me stuff, I just scribble.
Do you?
Yeah. If I
tell you who tend to have terrible handwriting. Doctors, Craig.
Yes, they do,
Oh
don't
my
they?
word, if they write you a letter about something, I can't decipher it.
No.
You always have to go to like your nan or someone like that to decipher the doctor's handwriting.
You do, don't you?
It's like only nans speak doctor handwriting.
It's, as you saying that, I remember a number of years ago, Joe, when I was in the hospital for a few days, and I was going down to X-ray, and I had my notes on my lap. So while I was waiting, I had to look through my notes. I could not read anything.
No,
that
maybe
my
that's what it is.
consultant
Maybe
had.
they're meant to be disguised. Maybe it's like code, Craig. Maybe that's what they're doing. Samantha Cheney says, "I had a classmate who was left-handed. His handwriting was beautiful. He was smart as a whip." There you go. Pamela Evans says, "My husband, my son, my dad, two of my sisters are left-handed. Only my dad has beautiful handwriting." So maybe we need to go down the line and are you less likely to have great handwriting if you're left-handed?
Possibly.
I think so. You never knew we were going to pose such big life questions to you on a Wednesday night, did you?
No.
Gilmore's cousin is left-handed, has nice handwriting. There we are. These are coming together beautifully. Do you want me to fire some questions at you while you're doing this colouring?
You can fire away. Hopefully I'll be able to answer and colour at the same time, but go for it.
All right, Dawn Burke wants to know, Craig, any tips for stamping on watercolour card? I find with the texture, I have to keep stamping the black, but then the lines become quite thick. Thanks, from Dawn in Ireland.
Just make sure that you obviously you will do, I know from what you're saying, you've got your right ink pad, but there's nothing wrong with having to stamp them a few times. More likely then, it sounds like that maybe your ink pad is drying out slightly.
Do you know what I think it might be, Craig?
What's that?
What stamping platform is Dawn using? Maybe she's re-stamping but not using a magnetic stamping platform, and that's why she's not getting it lined up again.
Well, she's not saying she is, but it's becoming bolder black lines.
Well, then the lines become quite thick.
So quite thick, so...
So is that because she's not lining it up properly that she's getting shadowing?
No, it sounds like that because she's going on top of their image each and every time, the lines are getting thicker and thicker.
Sort of bleeding out.
Yeah. So I would think that, you know, it could be what you're saying, Joe, or by the sounds of it, it could just be that your ink pad is starting to dry out slightly and you're having to coat it a few times.
Okay.
So I would look to invest in treating yourself to a new ink pad.
Awesome. And our finesse waterproof one, would that be, Craig?
Yes, for your watercolor
Brilliant.
card, yeah.
Dieta wants to know, how do you clean your scissors? I'm going to presume they're sticky, Craig.
Yes, I would presume so. So, if you are either here in the UK or if you are stateside but you have got some of your adhesive cleaner, stick away, you can use that one. Or if you've not managed to get that, anything like we will all have at the moment, hand sanitizer works a treat, or soak them in warm soapy water for you know, maybe even just 10-15 minutes. So let the, not the alcohol, let the adhesive kind of soak with your warm soapy water, and then carefully with a little cloth or something, just take off the excess that's building up onto your scissors.
Awesome. I just put mine in the dishwasher. I don't know if that is the correct answer or not. Dieta said, which ink pad is best for an outline before colouring, Craig?
It completely depends on what you're going to use to colour.
Okay,
so if you're going to use your alcohol pens, then use your alcohol-proof ink pad. If you're going to use your water-based pens, then you're wanting to use your waterproof ink pad.
Fantastic. Sandy Priscorn says, foam pad question. I've seen some people add a dab of glue to the sticky surface of a foam pad for better adhesion. Is this ever really necessary?
Yes, I do it too. So if you are using your foam pads and you're going to stick it onto a surface such as glitter card, then what will happen, as much as I love foam pads, it won't adhere to the glitter card for very long. It's going to fall off. So what I will then do is take the backing off my foam pad, add a dot of tacky glue onto the back, and then place it on top. So anything that's got a rough surface, such as glitter card, anything like that, then yes, feel free to add a little bit of tacky glue.
Wonderful. Susan Boyce says, can sparkle ink be used to refill sparkle pens?
So our sparkle pens aren't refillable.
They're not refillable.
It's the same
ink,
liquid, same
but you can't
ink
get it
that's in it, but you can't get it into your sparkle pens.
So, there you are. Julie George says, hey Joe, question for Hottie Scotty. I'm having trouble stamping. The ink is not covering. What am I doing wrong?
Could be, going back to one of the questions just before there, it could be your ink pad. If you've had it for a wee while, then maybe think to invest in treating yourself to a new one. It could just be that you're not putting as much pressure down as you think that you are. It could be that you're not using a stamping mat. That makes a big difference, your purple stamping mat. Or of course, if you are not using the 8x8 stamping platform, if you were to use that, then that means that you can do a couple of multi-stamps and get it in the perfect position each and every time.
Awesome. Tracy says, what is the trick for keeping the paper pieces in the right order when removing them from the die for a paper piecing project? I do not give you a hard time, Craig.
So what I would do is, once you've ran the die through your die cutting machine, remove your top plate and then very, very carefully slide your die off your plate and onto your glass mat, and then using the poke holes, use your poke tool and start to poke out all the bits. Now you might not necessarily know at the time which bit you're using, so what to do is individually poke all the bits out. When you remove that die, you're going to have all the waste pieces in the same position, and then you can easily know where they're going to go into each individual part.
Wonderful. Eve B says, what is the best ink to colour ribbon?
anything alcohol-based.
Okay, so
You can soak it in things like your aqua tints or anything like that, but I would certainly go straight over your ribbons with your alcohol pens, and within seconds, because it's alcohol, it's going to evaporate.
Suzanne says, simply, how thick is your foam?
9 times out of 10, I will use...
That's what the question says.
It's either between 2mm or 3mm foam pads that I use 9 times out of 10.
Depends on the job, I guess, doesn't it? Depends on the job. Cafe lasagna,
Lasagna.
Cathy La Savage. There we go. Cathy, I'm so sorry. Cathy La Savage. Are the foam pads good for Adorable Scoreable?
Yes. Yeah, they are. They're going to work a treat because your Adorable Scoreable has a coating, and for some reason the backing of the foam pad really do love the coatings, because that's going to really give it a good adhere, a good stick to them.
Awesome. Karen Rangle says, Craig, do you think stamps need to be primed?
Yes. So what I would do is, as soon as you get a stamp, I would stamp it as normal to see what it's like. If you find you're getting a little bit of a bobbly look to it, 2 things that you can do. Let's bring in this stamp here. So you can take that one off. So 2 things that you can do. You've got your nice new stamp. Take your low-tack tape. Now you depending on the size of the stamp, you will waste a little bit of low-tack tape, but run your low-tack tape over your stamp, and I would do that a few times. I would use a fresh piece every couple of bits. What that's doing is any residue that's left sitting on your stamp, it's going to take it away. The other thing that you can do, and it's what I actually do, Joe, so let's take that one off. The other thing that you can do is use your translucent clear watermark ink pad. Stamp that one on first, then come along with your alcohol proof, waterproof, then do it. So that's giving it a really nice coat and a base for your ink to sit on. And I better not promise you, I'm going to say 95% of the time you're going to notice a difference if you do it that way. But it's always the translucent clear way that I use when I'm priming the stamps.
Okie doke.
So hopefully
Brilliant. I hope that answers your question. Sarah Kay just popped by and said the poppy frame is looking gorgeous, Craig.
Thank you,
Karen Albright Morgenstein says, I work with... Sorry, I just see another question come on through. I wasn't laughing at you, Karen, sorry. Karen says, I work with hundreds of students a year, right and left-handed. The majority of them have horrible, in capitals, handwriting. Nice handwriting is a rarity. Mariah says, Craig, marry, kill, craft with Joey Croft. Marry, kill, craft with Joey, Ross and Chandler.
What?
Marry, kill, craft, Joey, Ross, Chandler. You got to marry one, kill one, and craft with one.
Ross, Joey, Chandler?
Yeah.
Can I not choose between Monica, Rachel and Phoebe?
No, because that's not the question. The question was Joey, Ross, Chandler. We can do both if you want.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't marry any of the guys.
Would you not?
I wouldn't date any of the guys. I would date Monica, Phoebe or Rachel.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be romantic. I just think it likes to be like the one you love the most, from the bottom of your heart. She also goes on to say, or Rachel, Phoebe or Monica. So there you are. You can choose.
Yeah. I would marry Jennifer Aniston.
Which is Rachel. You're making this really complicated now.
I would craft... Definitely wouldn't craft with Monica because she's too like me and too pernickety and OCD and wind me up. I would definitely craft with Phoebe.
100%.
Definitely, that would be hilarious.
So that means you would kill Monica?
I wouldn't kill any of them.
Well, this is the game, Craig. It's tough at the top.
No, I wouldn't kill any of them.
Okay.
No, I'm not playing then. I'm not playing.
It sounds like you were playing until you started to lose and then you quit.
Well, I would play until I get to the point that I have to kill someone.
And then you tap out.
Yeah, then I would tap
fair enough.
out. Tap out there. So finish colouring and I would carry on all the way around. I used the coral blend for this part here. And then what I also done all the way around, I went back to my original of ice grey too. And let's just show you this little corner here, going all the way round with the ice grey too, creating that light shadow, which then by the time you've gone all the way round, you get a real subtleness, and it's harder to see there, but you've got the subtleness when it comes to the shadow. A little bit of gold card. Now, I have got the centre for a reason, because we're going to use some Centura Pearl, the cherry, but I actually want to see the layer on the back. So once I come along and pop this on top, I want to see the cherry and not the gold. So we're going to come in. So I'm going to put the gold on with foam pads. So let's put this one on top of the gold one. And then this one, we're going to come in with some foam pads. And then what I'm going to do to finish off, I've already done my sentiment, celebrate your day, and I used some of the gold embossing powder. And then what I'm also going to do, I've got a few loose gems, Joe, so using my tacky glue, I'm going to just pop them into place.
Sounds incredible. People really loving this. I'm going to take you through everything that is included in a moment. Susan Boyce says, thank you, Craig, for your tips and information. Thank you, Joe, for asking questions for all of us. We are your servants. We are always here, ready to pop your questions across.
Always good, isn't it? It's
so good. I love
nice.
it when we get loads of questions in, especially on a Creative Craving show, Craig, because it is that one point of the week where we do maybe take it back to basics a little bit more. It's really lovely. I know we have more new viewers and new crafters joining in for this show and craft class than we do any other show for the rest of the week. So it's always great, because if the thing is, if you guys have been thinking about it, it means that probably lots of other crafters out there have been pondering the same question as well. So we all learn together.
And to be fair, I'm quite chuffed that I managed to answer them while still colouring, because usually I go quiet in a colouring coma because I'm too busy concentrating. So
I like the way you tuck that in.
Yeah, tuck it in a little bit of an angle, so you've got one end going in, we've got one end that's just hanging over the edge, popped a few layers with the foam pads. Then what I'm going to do, I've got a few loose gems, as I say, so let's use our tacky glue. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then what we can do is if we pick them up, so let's do this one into place. Even if these were self-adhesive gems, what I would still do is I would still come along with my tacky glue and add that on. Because self-adhesive gems, they're another one, Joe, that over time, if they're sitting out or they've been on the mantelpiece or in warm air, that they can then start to drop off. So therefore, I will always add.
I'm most likely to drop off when it gets warm as well, Craig.
I think we all are, especially if we're eating.
Yeah.
Especially when we're
I
eating.
had an idea a few years ago for a restaurant, Craig, where you eat, have a big lunch, and then there's like some day beds out the back, and you go and have a little snooze before you go off and get on the rest of your day. Like in city centre somewhere. I think it'd be a great idea, a little bit of a lay down after your lunch.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah. Could do it like first. No, you're okay. So you've got celebrate your day. Celebrate your day there with your sentiment, but really nice frame all the way round. All the way round here with a few gems as well.
Awesome, brilliant, yes. Right, I want to take you back through this collection. As I remember, all available individually on a multi-buy or in the big collection. Best big collection is where you get the best value for money. Craig, whilst I go through these, do you fancy getting ready for the card of the show?
Oh,
and then we'll do card of the day as well. I have a feeling you might win card of the day today. So you've got I Am So Happy For You, which is this one just here. We then also have To A Special Friend, which is gorgeous. Love this one here with the poppies as well. You mean so much to me. This one here is that gorgeous floral frame, which is With Love From Me To You. So what you've got is that floral stamp, the aperture die, and then the sentiments, which you can fit within there as well. This one here is Heartfelt Thanks. And we also then have May All Your Dreams Come True. $64.95 or $74.75. Platinum members, so you can pick these up for $53.60 or $60.80, which is fantastic. Are you ready for the card of the show?
Here we go. So number one, we've done it with the Floral Frame stamp and die set here. So this is number one. Then number two, we've used the rainbow and we used the penny slider. Then number three, we used the Just For You interchangeable sentiment dies. And then number 4, we went back to the Floral Frame stamp and die set as well. So that's number 4. So number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1.
Awesome. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to make your vote count. And you can do that over on Facebook, Crafters TV, or Crafters Companion if you are across on YouTube. $64.95 or $74.75 is your price. Right, I want to go back to something that was very popular in our earlier Hunky Dory show, and it is our adorable Scoreable pattern packs that we've got for you. Now, each one of these contains 24 sheets, which is great. This one here, this is your Big Blooms. This is the one, oh, Big Blooms. This is the one that I was talking about earlier, Craig, that might go well with that Lily collection. Oh, I love that.
Well.
I hadn't spotted that purple one earlier. Oh, look at that, gorgeous. Really lovely different colour tones in here, all on that kind of rose theme, which is great. Some butterflies in there as well, because we all know you can't have too many butterflies in your collection. This next one that I've got just here, this one is Creatures Great and Small. This one has got your cows, your zebras, your rabbits, your geese, as we found out earlier, the bumblebees in there, koalas, ladybirds, pigs, a whole host of different animals in there, all on that 350 GSM, all with that bendy ink property, which means no crack in your crease, which is awesome. We've also got the distressed paper. Now this would work great with your memory albums. It would be wonderful with your vintage diary collection as well to complement that. I think there's loads of brilliant projects you are going to be completing with that. Excellent for smaller scrapbook projects as well. The next one is Lever Library. The library is open because reading is fundamental. We have got this one. This is nothing does this justice on camera. This, what I would say with this one is, it is delicious. It is like faux leather in paper form. However, you really can't, I don't think it does it justice on TV, do you, Craig? You need to get this one home and have a look at it, because it is beautiful, isn't it?
Completely agree with what you've just said there.
Absolutely beautiful when you see that up close. The next one I've got is Painted Clouds. Now this one's excellent. Again, it's a bit difficult for you to see this one. This one's like an oil on canvas, the sort of texture and feel of this one when you get it up close. You've got all the little sort of brush marks and stroke marks within there, and a really gorgeous selection of colours, like a Solero ice lolly in paper form is what it reminds me of. Just yummalicious. So grab that one. And oh, where will the crafty man come to bring us? There was an inspiration. This one is a sea shanty, which is fantastic. You've got shells in here, you've got fish, seahorses. You've also got lots of different things in here. Show what, I'm going to correct this because it's been like it all day, Craig, and it's bugging me. Half of it's upside down, half of it's the right way around. Let me just try that again. All right, Georgina, is there any to place blame? Georgina was like, I think you'll find that's your fault. So you can see there, one team, one dream. You can see there you've got all of those gorgeous colours. This is like, it's got a lot of kind of home interior vibes to me. It's a really gorgeous collection, that one. Don't forget, that is included, of course, in the Buy the Show collection as well, which is fantastic. So do grab a hold of that. You've got loads in there. If you're unsure about what's in there, you want to see a full presentation of that, you can go back to the earlier show and have a look at that launch day show. Right. We're going back to Interchangeable Sentiments. I'm going to run you through these really quickly. I'm just waiting on the result of that card of the show to come through, and then we will do card of the day. So you've got Butterfly Foliage in here, which is this one. Just see, the Interchangeables are great because I think the thing is, you would definitely go out and buy this die here and how this makes up. If that was Happy Birthday, Craig, you'd definitely go out and buy it, wouldn't you?
Of course you would.
Think, that is worth every penny of it.
Yep.
If it was Happy Easter, I think you'd have to think about it. If it was Happy Thoughts, maybe you would have to really think about it. But the great thing is you don't have to think about it because you're getting 3 times the die for the one price, which is awesome. So it means that you can really open up your repertoire of dies and sentiment dies without breaking the bank, which is fantastic. This one here is the Regal frame. Then we've also got your wildflowers. You've got your lovely vines. ornate squirrels and pretty florals, which is fantastic. So do grab all those. Card of the show is number 4, Craig. Number 4.
Number 4.
Do you want to bring it over to me and I'll come and get it off you? Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, cheers. Thank you. It's a long way over there, isn't it? I swear it gets further away. All right, I'm just going to get these cards off the cabinet of creativity. Right, let's do the card of the day then. Wake Up Call was this one. Numero uno, number 1 from Wake Up Call. Number 2 is this one here from Launch Day. Or number 3. That one just there. 1, 2, or 3. Please let me know. You got 5 minutes to vote, and we're going to try and get one more demo in here, Craig.
We are indeed. We're going to go for it. We are absolutely going to go for it. We're going to use butterfly foliage for this one here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring in some cardstock Centura Pearl. What I'm doing is I am using the cardstock and actually pattern paper from Sarah's Garden Party collection. So what we can then do is line that one up. That's in with that lovely colour here. Then we're going to go in with this tan yellow colour.
Did I tell you Leanne's back tomorrow?
You did.
Oh, we're so excited to have Leanne back in the building. The Chivs is back. Return of the Chivs, I'm calling it.
Part 2. Part 2.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be good. I have to say as well, if you think some of the cartload deals Sarah's had have been awesome, if you think the ones I had was awesome, wait until you see what they're pulling off for kind of like Leanne's return after some time.
Absolutely. You're going to want to be... It's a be there or be square situation tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 11 a.m. on the West Coast. It is a 3-hour extravaganza. Who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome. It really is going to be the case that tomorrow in Wake Up Call, when we go live, really I'm going to be urging you all to shop ahead and see what you can get your hands on during the shop the show, because yeah, there's going to be some stonkers of a deals coming up in Cartload, so it's going to be worthwhile checking out beforehand. But this one's coming out. What I've done is I've already layered up a card, a Z-fold card, so we'll show you that in a second. So let's take all of these individual layers out. So all of these bits, so I need to pop them out because I didn't fully clean my die. So let's take them ones. And then we're going to go for a different colour tone compared to the first one we've done with the yellow
Craig,
and the
please
black.
tell me you're going to use the things that you found earlier. You know this glimmer sprays you used earlier?
Oh yeah, we're going to use them, weren't we?
Oh, have you forgotten?
I forgot.
Oh no.
I
Oh
did.
no, 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 no.
I totes forgot about that.
Totes forgot, darling.
Totes forgot. Soz.
Sauce. All about the abbreviations tonight, aren't you?
Aren't we? Hashtag soz.
Hashtag sauce. Hashtag what are you crying for?
What are you crying for? Stop shouting. Using dotty tape runner. If you have got, that one's run out. If you have got your sticky mitts from Hunky Dory, you could have used that before die cutting the layers. Then that just means then that you can peel the backing off and you have got a sticker. So let's do a little bit of a white drop shadow to the left. Then what you can also do is using the same die, I've ran it through on glitter card, but what I've done is I fussy cut out a little butterfly. I say fussy cut very, very loosely because there's only a few little snips that you need to do for it to be released. So we can then pop that one on here. This one, let's bring in a couple of 3D foam pads. That can go onto our base layer. And then what I already done beforehand, Joe, is I've started to take in my card blank and created a Z fold. I've taken in this layer as well. Still all from Garden Party collection. And then I've already ran my sentiment through our Xyron. So let's start to assemble this one and we'll have a finished card in a matter of moments.
It's awesome, isn't it? I love this sort of steely platinum colour tone on that cardstock. Is that the platinum you've used there, Craig?
The Centura Pearl?
Yes.
It's from Sarah's Garden Party.
Oh, sorry, Sarah's Garden Party. It's very similar, though, to the platinum, is it not?
Similar,
yeah, very similar.
Very, very similar. So it is a good alternative.
Yes, and that is in that 70-sheet bundle that we've got on this show, the platinum as well. So it might be a great way for you to recreate that.
Be a good one to recreate using that one if you wanted, yeah. But what we can do is let's take one last pad. Going to stick it into the bottom here. So that pad, or those sheets of my foam pads that I use, that's me used them all. So remember in launch day I was on about the backing of the 3D foam pads?
Ah, okay.
That's what I would keep a hold of. And then I could take the backing off my foam pads that I've already done with my decollage and stick them on there. But there we'll go, speed crafting when it comes to this one here. Happy thoughts, but of course we could have used Happy Easter or Happy Birthday instead. But we've got on that one.
Absolutely awesome. Loving that, Craig. Right, I need to let you know about what's coming up tomorrow here on Crafty TV. Very exciting day. As I said, culminating in Leanne coming back for that very special cutlet. But I need to let you know what's happening before then, don't I? And this is that. Him, there. Craig will be up with Wake Up Call. I will be gate crashing, as always, midday here in the UK, 7 AM on the East Coast. We're going to have a look at a lot of the upcoming deals, I'm guessing, Craig, that are going to be in that cartload.
We are. I am going to tell you, though, we are primarily going to be looking ahead at Cartroad.
Perfectly.
Because it's a biggie.
It is a big one. And also Craft Along. She is back, my TV wife, the fish. Debbie Fisher will be here for a Sentiments Craft Along. It's going to be loads and loads of fun. We've got a special guest as well joining us, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Very excited about that. These little piggies are going to market, Craig, because
they won.
Number 2 is the winner of today's card of the day. How fantastic is that? So that one will be going up on the cabinet of creativity. I'll pop that up there in just a second. But before I do that, I need to, of course, remind you one last time of exactly what is included here in these interchangeable sentiments. As I said earlier, I just think they really open up a lot more possibilities and great value for money when you consider you're actually getting all of those different sentiments. You've got 18 sentiments across this collection with that big, gorgeous statement matte layer too. So you've got, that one there is your butterfly foliage. You then have your regal frame. You've got your wild flowers, lovely vines, ornate squirrels, and you've got your pretty florals in there too, which is fantastic. Grab those because they are very busy. Best price yet on these. You can go for them as they are, you can go for them individually, or you can go for any two for £26 or $30. So it really is up to you. We've got a price point for everyone here in the show, which is fantastic. I want to just share with you a couple of the other best-selling items in the show. This one here is the Hero Toy. It's an adhesive collection. 2 of the tacky glue for a bond. Permanent bond. 2 of your all-purpose, 2 of the permanent tape pens, 2 of the dotted tape pens, and also some fine tip glue applicators as well. We've got a 3-pack, well, a 3 for 2 actually, on our Neenah classic cardstock. It is awesome, this stuff. Perfect for all of your alcohol colouring projects. $7.98 or $11.98. You buy 2, we send you 3, which is awesome. $9.99 will get you this next item, which is our universal black pen trays. 6 of them there for you. You can stack them on top of each other. They'll go side by side. $9.99 or $13.99. That is a half price deal, which is absolutely fantastic. If you want some pens to go in there, we've got some great 12 pieces with a 25% discount. So you can go for the design, you can go for the industrial, you can go for the cityscape, or textiles. If you want to see the 6-piece ones, they are all available over on the website. Lots of them. Go over to the website, click that Shop the Show button, and then also we've got foam on a roll for you. This one here, £1.29 or $3.95. If you want to get your hands on those ones. How awesome. What a great day it's been. A triple Craig fake Monday, Craig. I've loved it. What better way to get me eased into the week than 3 hours with yourself? So thank you, it's been a pleasure.
You are more than welcome. It'll be a pleasure as well. I'm going to sleep tonight, that's for sure, but it's been a lot of fun. But we'll come back tomorrow and we'll do it again, but with on Wake Up Call.
Absolutely, we keep moving, as the kids say. A big thank you to John and Tracy backstage. Big thanks to George and Neenah next door in the gallery. And the biggest thanks to you guys as well. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, the rest of your day if you're across the pond. Have a nice evening if you're here in the UK or in Europe. And I'll tell you what, how about me and Craig will see you back here midday, 7 AM tomorrow, and we'll do it all again. Yeah? All right, brilliant. See you there. Bye.
Bye.